Whoopi, don't try to lie to us. Quit being fake and phony. The View has been eating away at my soul for the last several years. I can't stand not one person on The View. The only people that seem to be rational are the conservatives that they bring on as guests. I don't know how they have a show. How did anybody watch this garbage? But President Trump's son, Don Jr., came to the rescue. They were not expecting him to get on their rear end.
Country like that. Do you understand
that? We've all
they don't
done
like
things.
The vessel or the semantics of the tweets, but nevertheless, look at the result.
We've all done things that we regret. I mean, if we're talking about bringing the discourse down, Joy, you've worn blackface. Whoopi,
no,
you said that Roman Polanski.
I'm sorry, and don't.
You said that Roman Polanski, it wasn't rape when he raped a child. So let's talk about
let's
things.
talk about this. So you want to bring this up? The question came up.
I did not go in blackface, please.
No, she was not in blackface.
Thank you.
And Whoopi Goldberg, you don't speak for all black people. You do realize that, right? So you giving her a pass on nationwide TV, you make yourself look even more stupid. Yeah. You're a black woman. Yeah. And you definitely know what blackface is. You remember your boyfriend, Ted Danson? Yeah. At that comedy roast? Yeah. Where he's roasting you in blackface? Yeah. And you know what's the worst of this is? He dropped the N-word, 13 times? Right? What makes this even worse? It was Whoopi's idea. She wrote the jokes.
They didn't see that coming. You see Whoopi? Did you see Whoopi's face? She did not see that coming at all. Let's set the record straight, ladies and gentlemen. Whoopi, don't try to lie to us. Quit being fake and phony. The internet is out there. Anybody can look this up. You did say Roman Polanski kind of raped a 12-year-old. And Whoopi dumbed it down. This is a person that Hollywood has just given accolades to, and this is probably one of the dirtiest men on planet Earth.
Well, Whoopi Goldberg and others on the left want to rewrite history and tell us that, well, we just need to behave exactly as they did in 2016 when Donald Trump was elected president. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Do you mean like this?
Hillary Clinton didn't say, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right, stop the count.
I do think that he knows that he's an illegitimate president.
She didn't say, this isn't right, I'm not going for it. She didn't say any of that.
You can run the best campaign, you can even become the nominee, and you can have the election stolen from you.
I mean, she is just completely lost it. People tend to question Donald Trump's mental health. When are we going to start to ask some serious, hard questions about hers? Seriously, woman to woman, Hillary Clinton, you have got to move on. This is not even about politics anymore. It's not healthy to hold on to something like this whatsoever. She says that she's a strong woman. What sort of a strong woman is not over this a year and a half later and is still crying about the election, blaming people and pointing the finger? This is not an example of a strong woman.
Well, she did say that she made mistakes. That's the first time I've ever heard her say that.
That took a year and a half for her to even admit that. But you have to understand that she is not an example of a strong woman. She was not equipped to be the first female president of the United States.
So all of you, suck it up. Suck it up like we sucked it up. And if you are not sure that you're comfortable with Joe Biden, do what we did. Find things and then take it to the law. And if the law says it's something to look at it. But from now on, suck it up.
You never say his name.
I don't.
Why?
I can't.
You recognize that he is the president.
He's there.
And then we get Whoopi Goldberg, the specter of Whoopi Goldberg, saying that we have to suck it up. You know, we sucked it up when Trump won. In what way did Democrats suck it up when Trump won? We got 4 long years of you whining that Trump wasn't the actual president of the United States, not my president, the Women's March in the immediate aftermath of Trump winning. We got huge Black Lives Matter protests throughout the summer, the idea being that Trump was the font head of systemic American racism. We got the media and their collusion narrative that went on for years on end despite lack of evidence. We got an impeachment. At what point did Democrats actually come to terms with the fact that Trump had won? They never came to terms, which is why they're so celebratory now, because they think that now reality has snapped back into place. But spare me, really, all of this stuff is just, ugh. All these people who are unwilling to accept the results of election now going, you know, you guys, you got to grow up. I'm not willing to hear that from you. I'm sorry, Whoopi Goldberg. I think you have, I think you literally have no leg to stand on here. This is, well, not literally. I assume you have legs, but you have no leg to stand on here.
And this is what we're hearing from a lot of people in the media, that Trump supporters are sore losers. That's the only reason we're talking about fraud, that we're triggered, that we're just breaking down because we just can't take the reality of the election. This is coming from people, Whoopi Goldberg included, by the way, who still have not accepted the results of the 2016 election, who have literally been melting down for the past 4 years, who all claim that the 2016 election was illegitimate because of Russian collusion. Like, you understand that it's not Trump supporters that are freaking out right now. It's not Trump supporters that are burning down cities. It's not Trump supporters that you have to worry about. Just because Trump supporters want to go through the legal process of making sure all legal votes are counted and illegal votes are not counted doesn't mean that we are not sucking it up, when sucking it up is the opposite of what Democrats have done for the past 4 years.
And they rail the F out of people all day long for the very same thing that they're doing themselves.
Let's bring in Judge Jeanine Pirro. You already saw her, host of Justice with Judge Jeanine, and author of the new book, great new book, Liars, Leakers, and
That's right.
Symbols.
And
Judge.
she was over on The View yesterday to promote it. How did it go? Watch this.
Children of American citizens.
You know what's horrible?
What's horrible
when the president
is
of the
we
United
fund
States
sanctuary
whips up
cities.
people to beat
No.
the hell out of people.
No.
Say goodbye.
Let me buy. I'm done. Whoopi got angry, and what the viewing audience, the television audience, didn't see is that they popped up the cover of my book as she pushed off the desk, you know, unplugged her mic, and then stormed off the set. So I'm there saying, you know, I'm in television. I said, I don't think this segment's over, but I think she just left, Jeanine. I think it's over. So I take off my own mic, and then you have to go down the stairs. I go down the stairs, and she's right there. And I said something like, Whoopi, you know, I spent my whole life fighting for victims, because we had talked about rapes and all that. And she said to me, as she got up in my face, and I read somewhere someone said, well, you should have kept walking. I couldn't walk by her. She was at the bottom of the stairs. She says, F you, F you. And then I said, did you just say F you? And then she said, get the F out of this building, get the F out of this building. So I'm there, and I'm like, okay.
And you didn't do anything to provoke anybody there?
No, you can ask the people that I was with. I mean, she was nuts going off the set, and then when I walked down, and so as I started walking out the building, so this woman is yelling behind me, get the F out of this building. I mean, look, I've been a prosecutor, judge, DA for 30 years. I try murder cases. I can go toe-to-toe with anybody. But that was abuse. And it was sad. It was a sad moment.